What's up, y'all? This is Brent Brown, and I'm coming at you with what I'm coining a Wisdom Wednesday. Now, the topic of today is how to override the ego. This is something I found incredibly helpful in my life. I do it in most times that I run into like negative circumstances or something. It's very helpful to do. Making a matcha right here. Hope you don't mind. I said I would in the last one. But the most irritating thing that I've done, and I still fail at it sometimes, is I respond to negativity with negativity. And then I end up going home and I think about it, and I think like, man, like how annoying that person was just to me, they probably feel that same way about me right now. So on top of me being annoyed with that person, I am also annoyed with myself, and that's like 10 times worse, being annoyed with yourself, you know, like feeling like you let yourself down, you know, because overall I think everybody wants to be happy, and I realize that. So like anytime I'm not doing that, I feel terrible about it. And you know, the ego responds to bad with bad. That's just what it does, but it also responds to good with good. The ego is what helps me produce art, because without it I feel like I wouldn't have like that primal drive that I get. So I'd say anger and sternness in the eyes of the soul equals weakness. Now, I say that because you can't move and adjust and adapt so easily. Like say there's a negative circumstance with somebody, and later they can actually help you, you know? It's just like taking an opportunity off of your list of opportunities and things you can do with your life. Calmness and understanding, even if it's at your own misfortune, will invoke respect among your peers, which will come back later in beautiful ways. Speak the truth kindly, because I'm just frothing this up in case you can't. I don't know if you can see it. Some delicious matcha in there. You know, speak your truth. Don't not tell your side of the story, but speak your truth in terms of somebody else's story. No, like, yeah, I could word it just so that it 100% benefits my story if I'm arguing it in a court of law and I need to win and crush you. But, you know, maybe think about it, just the weight that it takes to lift to be the bigger person in a negative circumstance comes off of your own back. It gets easier every time you do it. And, you know, a good metaphor I have for all of this is the ego is like a surfer, you know, and it's really cool to ride the waves and whatnot. And, you know, a lot of surfers nowadays, they're getting high tech. They got drones flying with them. Well, when the surfer wipes out, it's like that part kind of sucks. And if you're mad about it, if you're the surfer and you're mad about wiping out, you're like flailing in the water, but the drone above's like, oh, bro, there's a shark over there. Don't flail so much, dude. You're going to get eaten. But no, I mean, I think it's cool to kind of step back, and when negative circumstances arise, maybe just turn the volume down on that ego a little bit, you know? Use it as an effect pedal. And when you're riding that wave, be all up in it. I'm not saying kill the ego, because the ego is a beautiful thing. You know, just look beyond your current problem and see that there is just a wealth in the respect and the openness that you gain in your future from kind of taking back the ego a little bit in negative situations. And it isn't popular. People are going to tell you, you know, be a man, you know, you shouldn't let that person walk on you. Sooner or later, you know, you got to stand up for yourself. But no, don't listen to that. That is the popular thing to do. But the most successful people in this world, outside of like warmongers and folks who, I don't know, evil people. We don't need to talk about evil people though. Outside of that though, I mean, to be successful is to be happy and to have a bunch of great relationships. You know, those are the best investments. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. If you have any questions for me, comment below. If you want me to answer in the form of a video any questions that you have in life or whatever, please let me know. I will try to get to it Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brent Brown. Peace, love, and music. Some good matcha right there.